Jesus wasn't born on December 25th, but how we got to that date is interesting and can really help. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. Okay, this is really interesting. The earliest date for Christmas, Jesus' birth, was proposed by a guy named Clement of Alexandria. He's like in the late 100s, early 200s, and he proposed that Jesus was born on May the 20th. That's what he wanted. This is the first person to sort of write something down that is the closest to when Jesus actually lived. And then not very long after that, there was a lot of debate swirling around this question, and the debate was really March 20th and 21st. All of which are very, very far from December 25th. So how do we get there? And that's where things start to get really interesting, because at the same time, there was a bunch of festivals for other religions. One of them was called Sol Invictus. It was celebrating this god Mithras or Mithras. I don't know how to say that god's name. And it happened near December the 25th. Eventually was expanded to 3 days. And then when the Emperor Caligula came around, he's expanded that celebration to 5 whole days right there around December 25th. And there's obviously a whole lot of celebrations that go on in religions around the winter solstice that's right around that time. And that's where one of two theories comes into play. The one theory is that they chose the date not out of religious reasons or out of any sort of real dating, but just out of convenience, that everybody else was celebrating the birth of Mithras or somebody else during that time, and so why not celebrate the birth of Jesus at the same time? Why not give your people a chance to celebrate another birth holiday and not feel like they're drawn into celebrating the birth holiday of another person? But the second theory is also really interesting. At the same time that they're trying to figure out when Jesus was born and land on that date, they're also trying to land on another date, and that is when the Annunciation happens. That's when Mary is told by God that she's going to be pregnant, and the idea is that that's actually when she becomes pregnant at that moment. And the date that they land on, right about the same time as they start celebrating Christmas, is March the 25th. And if you fast forward 9 months from there, you get December 25th. What I really love about the story about how this date was chosen is just the way it is not precious about the accuracy of this moment. That instead, it's about celebrating with people, celebrating with your community, like being part of what's going on. And I think that that is really great and very instructive, right? Because sometimes maybe a different day works for you or for your family, or maybe you're going to get invited to celebrate with a Jewish family their rituals at this time, or whatever it is, and you just be flexible. It's not that precious. The accuracy, it's not even there, and that's because they chose to do something bigger and be more engaged in their community, and that's great.